Tata.
And I'm Sodiata, and welcome back to Good Morning KU. So Ari, how have you been?
I've been good. I actually am overcoming my sickness that we talked about
last week. That
is taking over campus.
Yes, it has, for sure. I definitely have been feeling better too.
Yeah.
I've been doing everything I've been needing to do just to feel better.
Yeah.
But in recent news, this past weekend was family weekend at KU. Did you go to the game? Or?
I didn't go to the game just because it was really hot that day, but I did go to some tailgates and just kind of saw what the event was like.
Yeah, I mean, it was. I actually went home, so I wasn't here for family weekend, but I was still with my family, so still a family weekend for me. But I saw it was crazy in Lawrence. Literally, I went to volunteer this weekend, and we drove home, and
the parking was crazy.
Took forever. There were no spots open. I had to park on the side of the street.
Yeah.
But it was crazy. There were a lot of people here.
Definitely just good to see everyone's families come out. I know a lot of people's families were alumni that went to KU back and when they were in college, so it's nice for them to come back.
And it was good because I have a few roommates who they live Chicago, Colorado, so very far away, and their families were able to come up, and it was good for them to see them because
that's
they're probably not going to see them again till
for sure.
fall
Especially
break or winter
out of
break.
State, just living that far, it's hard to make the time to go back home.
Yeah, for sure. And other news the chancellor. I don't really know much about this. You do, but
yes, I actually was reading the Daily Kansan, and I saw that there was a protest outside the chancellor's office against just the fraternity Phi Kappa Psi. The protest lasted a good 12 hours. There was around 100 protesters.
12 hours, you said?
Yeah.
Wow.
It was
and when was
intense.
This?
It was on Friday, I want to say, Friday at noon, and then it lasted until 1 a.m. Yeah.
Wow.
So definitely an intense protest. But
yes, for sure.
Yeah, I feel like people just want to get message out and want to see what kind of feedback KU is going to give the administration.
And also in worldwide news, I feel like this is kind of a big thing that's been going on. I first saw it on TikTok, about this one girl. Her name's Gabby
Petito.
Yes. And how you can explain because you know more about this than I do.
I kind of have been following the story just because I thought it was very bizarre and kind of suspicious, and then I followed it further. But basically, this couple, they were fiancés. They were traveling from New York, and I think their ending point was Oregon. They were doing a whole country road trip and just stopping at national parks. And basically, the girlfriend ended up going missing. Her family reported her missing, hadn't seen her in a couple weeks, and just recently, the husband returned back to their home, and he returned solely, so without his fiance. So that caused a lot of speculation, wondering where she is, what happened to her, why is he alone? And then on top of that, he has been refusing to talk to investigators, which obviously makes it a little bit more incriminating. Just because he's refusing to comply.
It just seems suspicious that
why
wouldn't he want to talk and try to figure
out
where his
fiance is.
Exactly. I watched a documentary on Netflix a few weeks ago.
I think I know what you're talking about.
Something about family, and basically the same situation where the wife was killed, and we didn't know who it was, and it was the husband. And the husband seemed very suspicious right off the bat.
I agree.
And it ended up being him.
That's what I'm saying. It makes you look like a person of interest if you're not willing to cooperate with the law. However, a body was recently found, and there's an autopsy actually going on this morning to decide whether or not that is Gabby Petito's body. So
that's crazy.
Very unfortunate, but it's a national situation. I've been seeing it all over Good Morning America. It's made national headlines. I was reading it on the New Yorker, New York Times, Washington Post. It's on all those major sites.
I feel because I saw it on TikTok, and I feel just social media now, it's crazy
how fast
everything is spread, and the story of Gabby,
I know.
How insane.
I know. But and it was really weird because she was keeping up with social media posts, and she was posting. So a lot of people speculate that it was not her posting, that someone was posting these pictures for her to make it seem like she was doing well, when in reality she was clearly not doing good.
For sure. Well, hopefully this
autopsy clears things up.
Yeah. But that is all we have for right now. Let's head to Molly and Grace for our news.
Hi, I'm Grace.
And I'm Molly. This is your Tuesday Good Morning KU News Update. Beginning in November, the U.S. plans to ease travel restrictions on fully vaccinated foreign visitors. The new rules will require all fully vaccinated passengers to take a pre-departure COVID-19 test within 3 days of their flight. And all foreign nationals must show proof of being fully vaccinated upon arrival. There will be no mandatory quarantine measures upon arrival.
The country is getting fatter. A new study from the U.S. Centers for Disease Control and Prevention reports that 16 states have obesity rates of at least 35%. That number is up 4 states from 2019 and 9 states from 2018. Just 9 years ago, in 2012, not one state fell into this dubious category.
According to the research, more than 20% of people in all 50 states are obese. Mississippi had the highest rate of obesity at almost 40%. Colorado at the lowest at 24.2%. The rate in Kansas is 35.3%.
Obesity rates are based on self-reported height and weight data gathered through telephone surveys on health-related risk behavior, chronic health conditions, and use of preventative services.
And in sports, the football team stayed close and had all of the momentum at halftime, but then collapsed in the second half, falling 45-7 to Baylor. A Jason Bean to Trevor Wilson touchdown pass just before halftime brought the Jayhawks within 7 at the break, with KU receiving the second half kickoff. But both the Bear offense and defense dominated the final 2 quarters, outscoring Kansas by 31 points.
KU is now 1-2 overall and 0-1 in the Big 12 Conference. 2 road games are up next, as the Jayhawks will travel to Duke next Saturday and then Iowa State the following week.
The volleyball team swept its way through another home tournament this weekend, knocking off Kansas City, Missouri State, and Albany. KU is now 8-3 overall with a 6-match winning streak to close out non-conference play. The Jayhawks will travel to Texas Tech for a Friday and Saturday matchup against the Red Raiders.
And that's a wrap for today's news update. Let's throw it to Erin with the weather.
Good morning, everyone. I hope you're all enjoying the nice cooler weather that we had today. Right now outside it's about 66 degrees and we still have some clouds hanging out from last night, but those should clear out throughout the day, leaving us with some nice sunny weather. So going through the hours today, like I said, we're going to have the clouds kind of hang around a little bit, but our high is going to reach 73 today, so it's going to be a really nice day outside. We're going to have a really clear night, and we're going to drop down to the 50s. And then looking forward to tomorrow, we're again going to have great weather. The high is going to be about 73. It's going to be very mild, very sunny all day, so hopefully you can get outside and enjoy that time out there. And then this week, it's going to be a lot of the same, honestly. We're going to have lots and lots and lots of sun. The temperature's still going to stay kind of low, so they aren't going to reach really above 85 really on that Monday that we're looking forward to next week. So please just enjoy this wonderful fall weather as we get into the season. And this is all for my weather update. Thank you so much for watching our Good Morning KU News, and we'll see you back here next Tuesday at 11.